Hey there, guys. How you doing? It's Drew here once again, and today is day number 1202. It's getting hard to say these numbers because they're getting pretty damn big, which is good. That's a good thing. So we're going to get going here, guys. I did a couple transactions this morning here. I helped a member out with a transaction. I was the middleman for selling SWCT. That's what I do now, guys. I don't recommend selling it. So if you message me and you say, oh, Drew, can you find a buyer for my SWCT, guys? I just say no, because with the latest news we've gotten, like I would even say like 2 months ago, the latest news that we've gotten is like we're getting very, very close to the end of this audit here. And the last thing I want is someone coming to me saying, can you sell my SWCT? And then say like, I find a buyer for it and sell it, and then a week later or 2 weeks later or even like a month later, the audit's done, and then we're selling SWCT for $1, like 1-to-1 in S-Wallet, guys. So anyways, yeah, we did some withdrawals here today. I'm going to go over, we got a nice big update. Okay, this guy's got a question here. We'll get back to him later. What am I doing? I'm looking for my group. Okay, so here you go here. Okay, so we had an update. I always do like a full, I try and give my teammates, guys, more than what I give the public. So I'm going to read this here to you. But my public update was this down here. Okay, so this was the update from yesterday. Vadim he put this out in 13%. I don't know why he doesn't go and put it in 15% and then put it in 13%, because in 13% there's like 3,000 people or something, and things get lost, right? Like you think like he'll comment and then there'll be 50 comments below that like, oh, thank you, just things like that. But if in the 15% group, there's only 100 people in there, right? So he would comment in there and maybe like 5 people would be like, respond to it kind of thing. And then there'd be more people that see it, because the 15% members, they all have their team groups and stuff. And, that news would get shared. I'm sure Sergi would share it in 13%. 10.5%, whatever type thing. So yeah, this update here, guys, came out at 5 a.m. my time, EST. I didn't see it. I didn't even find it. One of Johnny Bitcoin, one of the guys on my team, he actually, I don't know if he likes being called Johnny Bitcoin, but that's what I call him. Johnny Bitcoin. he found it in the 13% group at like, I think 1 or something like that in the afternoon. So like many hours after it was actually posted. And it's freaking awesome news, guys. It basically clarifies what I've been saying in these videos basically since the last update webinar, not the New Year's webinar, but the last update webinar, was that Vadim said the audit's like in the final stages. And I don't know why no one is talking about that. Like, I feel like I'm the only one that's saying, like, did you guys not hear him say that in the webinar? Like, why are you selling your SWCT? What are you doing? Why are you selling it for half the price or less? Like, doesn't make any sense. What's going on with you guys? Kind of thing. So, yeah, anyways, he clarifies that here, guys, because in this post, he's not even talking about the audit. He's talking about the regulator and the broker now, which is the next stage after the audit, is the regulator and the broker. So by me saying that, I'm not saying the audit is 100% done. I'm saying it's either really like super close, like cut your fingernails close to the end, or it is done. Okay, so it could be done right now, and he's in the progress here of working with the regulator and the broker. Okay, meaning that like really extremely super close to seeing SWCT back in the exchange. Oh, I never noticed this. Max is typing. So in the 13% group, Max is typing. So I got something cool to tell you guys about Max. Okay, Max is the guy that had Bitcoin in his wallet in June, right? And this is really funny because he posted about this in 13% group. Okay, so he had Bitcoin in his wallet in June, and he had like 1 Bitcoin. I don't know what was with it, but he put like 1 Bitcoin in his wallet, or 1.2 or something like that. So basically 1 Bitcoin almost, right? He put it in his wallet, and then the S wallet went into maintenance. Something, I don't know exactly what happened with it, but it got like really fucked up or something. They were trying to actually make a whole new wallet. I've heard lots of different rumors, but anyways, something obviously happened with it. And anyways, they have this here. I'll show you. I want to talk about this because this is actually a really, really cool story, guys, that not a lot of people think about. Okay, so they have this now is the form to fill out. So if you had any missing funds, meaning cryptos basically, from that maintenance period, you'd go and fill out this form, and then S Group would look over the form. They'd look over their, back office on their end and stuff, and then they'd confirm it with the form that you filled out, and then they would send the funds back to your account, which takes a really long time because you imagine there's 160,000 or 150 or whatever, 1,000 active members. So they're all using S Wallet. And then out of those, 150 plus or whatever members, how many of them do you think had like Bitcoin or Ethereum or Tether or something like that in their wallet? There'd be like tens of thousands of people, right? And they have to manually do this. So this doesn't take like 2 months or a month or something, guys. It takes like for you go and you fill out that form, and then like 6 months later you see the funds in your wallet. So this was making people just go freaking crazy, right? But it makes sense if they're manually doing it, and they have to do it manually, and it's dealing with like when some guy says he had 1 Bitcoin in there and Bitcoins went up, doubled its price. Like you want to make sure, okay, did he actually have 1 Bitcoin or did he have 0.01 Bitcoin kind of thing? Because it makes a huge difference, right? So anyways, the Max guy, the guy this is funny because he's actually typing when I took the photo, the Max guy there, he had, because this was shared in the 15% group. I think it was shared in the public channel as well. I think, I'm not really sure, but it was shared in the 15% group. He's 13% guy. He had 1.02 or something like that Bitcoin. So almost 1 Bitcoin in his wallet in June. Okay. And then if we go back here, let's go to the Bitcoin chart. Okay. And then we'll go to the daily and we'll go back to like June. Okay. So you can look, like you can see this, guys, like what's going on. Okay. So I know I have lines and stuff on my chart, guys. Don't take this as in Bitcoin's going to come down here. It's just that's for my personal buys, right? I'm not in Bitcoin right now. I've sold up here somewhere. I'm looking to buy back down here, right? Because there's a gap there. So, but don't take that as like, oh, Bitcoin's dropping down there, right? It's only if it breaks this, then I'm going to buy down here, okay? So anyways, if we go back here to June, you can see, okay, back in June, Bitcoin was like $25,000 to $30,000, okay? And then that Max guy, he got his Bitcoin back when it was $48,000. So right at the top, the tippy top there, right? Like around the 11th or something. This was like a week ago or something, right? He got it like right around here, back in his S wallet. So he had put it in there when it was $25,000 or $25,000 to $30,000, and then he got it back when it was almost $50,000. So that worked out really nice for him. And you'll notice that a lot of people, that's happening to them, right? So I know it's a bad thing to happen, guys, is like, oh, this S wallet messed up and, something happened here. But then you're thinking of it now, like people have doubled their money because of the S wallet mistake. It's insane when you think about it like that, right? So anyways, that was one case there. That's the most I've ever seen, was the guy had 25K in his wallet, and then he ended up having almost 50K in it when he got it back, right? Like that's freaking amazing if you think about that. So every day, guys, if you're in the 10.5 or the 13%, you'll see people posting there every day that they've got their crypto back, and they're like, holy shit, it's like way more than it was. So that's pretty exciting. So anyways, we'll get going here. We'll go back here. We'll go to, we got to go to this over here. Get through this update. 25 minutes so far. Holy crap. 25 minutes, this video. There, I'll leave this down here, and that'll remind me just to hurry up and stop talking about stuff that doesn't really matter. Okay, so anyways, this was the update he put out there, and I just copied and pasted it here, so the people that don't speak English as their first language, they could just take this and put it in their translator and translate into their language. But anyways, in the EN group here, guys, my team chat, I go and I decipher the riddle, okay? Because whenever you translate something from Russian to English, I've noticed, especially with Russian, like if you translate something from like French to English, it's not as bad. But when you translate something from Russian to English, the wording is really weird, right? So what I like to do is kind of decipher it, is what I call into layman terms, basically. Okay. So, we'll go over like what Vadim said, and then, we'll go through like what it means, basically. Okay. So this is what he said, and this is what it means here. Okay. Because I know, when I post in the EN group here for the team, guys, there's always some people that are like, they'll respond to it, but it won't be what it's about, what they're saying, right? So that means that they don't understand it, right? So I thought if I do this in video, it's better for you guys, okay? Anyways, holy jeez. Okay, so as soon as the withdrawal option is restored, liquidity will be immediately returned. Okay, so a lot of people in the EN chat group, well, a couple people there, they thought what that meant was that when you see SWCT in the exchange, then that means liquidity would be there. Okay. Yeah, that's true, but that's not what he's talking about here. He's talking about the withdrawal from the broker. Okay. So as soon as the withdrawal from the broker option is restored, liquidity would be immediately returned, meaning the liquidity in SWCT would be returned to the exchange in S Wallet. Okay. So you can see here, guys, the things he's talking about now, right? They're things that you would talk about when you're coming, like when it's, it's almost time. Okay. He's not talking about, oh, we're 50% through the audit, or he's not talking about like, we had to take a step back or something like that. Right. Like he's talking about like the final stages of things, right? He's talking about things to get us prepared for like the audit's almost done, or I don't know, maybe it is done now, guys, because he is talking about, and don't take that as in like, oh, Drew said the audit's done. Take it as in like, that could be something, right? Because of what he's talking about here. He's talking about the regulator and the broker now. He's not really talking about the audit anymore, okay? So, and that's the next stage after the audit, is dealing with the regulator and then the broker, which is not that big of a deal, guys, because the audit is the biggest deal, meaning the outcome, right? Okay. So down here, the next there, the possibility of withdrawal will be returned when the regulator processes and receives positive conclusion towards the company. Okay. So this has not happened yet, meaning that the audit, I think, is not done, but it could be done. But I think it's not done yet, guys. I think that they're still doing it because of this sentence here. Okay. Meaning that the next process would be the auditors send the documentation to the regulator, okay, which is in process, is what he says down here. So this is what is kind of confusing, and I talk about it down here. I try and make it the best I can, and I actually say down here, like, it could be meaning the audit's done, but it might mean that the audit's almost done and this will be the next process kind of thing. But when he talks about this, the next line, guys, it kind of sounds like the audit's done and now they're working on the process of the documentation being sent to the regulator. Okay. So that might be it. I don't know. As I said down here, let's just wait till the next company update comes out, as in he does a webinar, because I'm sure he'll talk about that in the webinar. And yeah, and then we'll understand more about it, guys. It's just, I tried my best to understand what the heck is going on here. And I've communicated this with a couple Russian members, and they basically said, like, yeah, what you said here is perfectly fine. So I guess it's good enough kind of thing. Okay. But anyways, that process is what's going to happen, guys, is the auditors communicate with the regulators and the regulators communicate with the broker. Okay. So in this, if you watched this video here yesterday, this one, I didn't know that when I made this video. I thought that the auditors, the regulators, and the broker, I thought they had no communication. Okay. Obviously the broker and the auditors have some kind of communication because the auditors are working inside the broker account, right? Or the documentation is being sent from the broker account to the auditors, right? So, but I didn't understand when I made this video here. So this is me kind of clearing up something in this video that it's right at the end of the video. So probably not too many people saw it. Maybe like if there's 100 views, maybe like 5 people saw it because most people don't watch things right to the end. But at the end of this video here I did yesterday, guys, 18 hours ago, I said that this is how I think and this is my opinion because that news was not out yet. So we didn't know that news, right? But I said, because I've been doing research and digging into things, I knew that after the audit, there was going to be regulators involved and then the broker was going to, release the funds. Okay, so we knew that. Okay, but I didn't know that in this video yesterday, I didn't know that the auditors communicate with the regulators, and then the regulators communicate with the broker, and S Group's not involved with any of that communication. I didn't know that, okay? So I want to just say that in this video today, but now that we know that's clear, guys, it's actually better than what I thought in yesterday's video, because what I thought in yesterday's video was that the regulators was just some government thing that didn't have anything to do with the audit, and they just needed a stamp of approval that this company was audited and this is the outcome and the outcome's positive, boom, stamp of approval. That's what I thought, but that's not the case, guys. The case is the auditors have contact with the regulators, and if that's the case, then things will happen faster, I would expect, right? Because regulators deal with government. Okay, if you go and here, I'll give you guys a little pointer here of how to do research on this. So if you go to Google and you go top Forex regulators, okay, you can see down here, here's some Forex regulators, and then here's their countries, okay? So Great Britain is FCA, okay? The US is NFA, Australia is ASIC, okay? So then you can do some research and you can figure out like, what is a regulator and blah, 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 and all this kind of stuff and all that. That's what I did before I made yesterday's video, but I didn't understand because it didn't say anything about it in Google searches and asking ChatGPT and all this stuff, how I do my normal research, guys. It didn't say anything about that the auditors have contact with the regulators. So I thought that the regulator was its own official government body that S Group would have communication with. I didn't know that in yesterday's video when I made yesterday's video. So anyways, I showed you guys how to do research there. Once again, I'm not going to say the country the audit's in just because I don't want to give away too much information, which should not be out there public. Okay. But anyways, you can do research on your own because that'll be the next stage in this, guys, is the regulators, right? Okay. So anyways, yeah. Okay. We'll go back here. We'll get back to this here and okay. So this next thing here, okay, this is a good, powerful line, guys, is that so the regulators would give appropriate instructions to the broker. Okay, so once again, that means S Group is not involved with giving the broker information or not involved with giving the regulators information. Okay, they'll take care of themselves type thing. Okay, once again, it's the same scenario as the audit. There's no timeline to it. No one knows how long does it take for the broker to send, the auditors to send the regulators information, and how long does it take for the regulator to send the broker information? How long does it take for the broker to agree to that information, which they don't have to agree to anything. It's the regulators that instructs. As you can see right here, listen to the wording, guys. Instructions to the broker. So the regulator tells the broker everything is fine. You can go and open the deposits, withdrawals, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so I know I went hardcore at the start of this video, like, why would people sell SWCT? And they need to follow the news, and I don't want to be involved with sales of it because I think it's going to come back on me. Like, some people will be mad, kind of thing like that. If they see like 2 weeks from now, you can sell for $1 or something like that, guys. So just think about that, right? What is the news that we're hearing right now? It's not about the audit. It's about regulators and broker. Okay. So take that for what you want to take it, but I'm taking it as in like, we're really freaking close here. And, I don't want to say a month or 2 months or something like that, but really close. Okay. Like you can tell I'm like happy, right? Happy in this video. Okay. Very happy. There's no, even though I had two bad trading days, I don't give a shit. Okay. Kind of thing. That's how I feel about this. Okay. And then this line here, guys, this means a lot. Okay. So this line here, okay, at the moment, conclusion has not been received. It is in progress. Okay. So this is what makes me think the audit is not done. Okay. Why I would say the audit's not done? Because a lot of people read this and they're like, oh, the audit's done. Because he's not saying anything about the end of the audit or anything like that, right? So, it must be done because he's talking about brokers and regulators and, it's in progress. A lot of people just read that and they're like, oh, it's in progress. Oh, okay, kind of thing. But if you listen to what he's saying here, he says that the conclusion has not yet been received, okay? Meaning that the regulator has not yet received the conclusion of the audit, okay? So the auditors have not sent the conclusion of the audit to the regulators yet, which makes me think that it's not fully 100% done yet, but it's like, why would he be talking about this if it's not almost done? And at the last webinar he did about the audit, he said they're in the final stages. Like if the audit is like this long, like we're like here. Okay, we're like that right there. Okay, that's kind of how I'm seeing this. Is we're like we've went through all this time and we're like right here. We're like a buttons with like hardly anything, right? I don't know why I have this button on my table, but I don't know. Maybe it's a lucky button. It's a Montclair button. I don't know. That sounds expensive though. My wife likes expensive things. Montclair. I don't know. It's a button off my jacket. She buys me expensive things. I buy cheap stuff, right? I'll go to like Sport Check and buy like just gym clothes and I'll wear them all day long. But she buys me expensive stuff and she bought me a Montclair jacket. I don't know how much it is, but it had a button come off it. So I have a button here on my desk. Anyways, okay. So it is in progress. Okay. So guys, that's like freaking awesome news. Like if you don't see that as awesome and you're still sitting there thinking, maybe I should sell my SWCT for like really cheap. Like, man, Jesus, I don't know. I can't help you anymore. Okay. So, yeah, guys, like really freaking good news. Okay. Okay. So, then I'm just explaining all that stuff there, blah, 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 blah. We got to think about this now. Okay. So, I would not expect the next webinar for him to say that, oh, everything's done and SWCT is going to be back in the wallet tomorrow, kind of thing like that. And there hasn't been an update about when the next webinar is, okay? So you have to think about that as well, right? He's going to be, before the next webinar, he's going to wait for more news so that the next webinar is a step forward and not like the same news as what he said at the last webinar was that, things are in the final stages, right? He's probably, for the next webinar, this is what I'm thinking, my guess, my opinion, okay? Don't take this as in like, oh, Drew said this, so I'm going to go tell a bunch of people that he said this, but I'm not going to tell them that he said it's his opinion. Okay, don't do that, please. Okay, that's happened a couple times to me in the past. And I'm like, no, that's my opinion, okay? So I think that he's waiting to do the next webinar when he gets the news that the process of the regulator is involved, okay? Meaning that the audit's done. And they're in the process of the regulator looking at the documentation, giving it the stamp of approval. And then I'm guessing once that stamp of approval is from the regulator, guys, that it would be like no time at all because it would be the broker, just what it says up here. The regulator gives the appropriate instructions to the broker, meaning that the regulator is going to tell the broker, we gave the stamp of approval, everything's good, the claims against the company are false, and, work with the S Group company, do what you got to do, open up withdrawals and deposits, whatever, type thing like that, okay? Which means that liquidity being provided to S-Wallet immediately. So you could go and exchange SWCT there, okay? So, yeah, that's kind of things we have to think about. I would expect, like if I owned S Group, guys, I probably would not do a webinar again until the audit's done and they're in the process with the regulator. That's when I would do if I owned S Group, right? Because I wouldn't go and do a webinar if there's no update that's different from the last update, right? Like right now, it sounds like the audit is almost done, and there'd be no point doing a webinar right now saying that, because that's what was said at the last webinar, was that the audit's in the final stages, right? Which would be almost done. Okay. So, as I said with the button in my phone here, like we're really freaking close. And yeah, I would expect that in the next webinar, we'll hear the audit's done and it's in the process of the regulator. I don't know if it's months or weeks or whatever, guys, but very, very close. Okay. So don't go out there and be like, put your down payment on a Lamborghini, wait for the news to come out. Okay. So yeah, that's basically it for this video. We did have a question over here, which was a good question. I responded to it earlier today, right there. So I'll open this up. Okay, he responded to it. So we'll go and we'll just look at this because he already responded to it. Okay, so does the DDS company exist? So it's a good question, guys, but it's a weird question, okay? So it's either asked, most of the time when I see this asked, it's by someone who's looking into S Group and they're doing the old digging through the dirt type thing like that. And, you know what I say about that. Like if you're looking for dirt, you're going to find dirt because people like to make dirt. I'm going to show you guys how to dig for dirt online, which is something that is, I think, completely pointless. I think the best thing you can do if you're interested in something is do, the typical background search on that opportunity, look it up. Let's see what he says down here because he responded to me twice. Yeah, I saw the presentation, but it literally says nothing. Yeah, guys, as I was just saying above there, like, you need to think of big picture. You need to think of what DDS company is, who are their investors, are they going to talk to you? So is there a point of S Group putting out information for you to go and like what I'm going to show you in this video, for you to go and contact DDS company, right? No, they're not going to do that, right? Okay. There is no proof if DDS company even exists. This guy didn't take the time to even look into it. He's just commenting on my stuff here. And then, I said, watch the video I put out today, which is what I'm doing right here today, guys. I want to help people out. Okay. I don't want you to sit there and think, I don't want you to watch these videos and then me say something and then you think like, oh, maybe it's a scam or something like that. Because like I put a lot of time into my content, guys. You can see before I do a video, I'll do research on things so that my content's good. My daily review content that I do, I spend a lot of time on that. I spend at least 2 hours a day on my content to promote S Group, right? At least type thing, okay? So, and especially a day like today, I'm spending all day doing it. Like if someone's going to a 9 to 5, I'm sitting here doing this like a job, okay? So we'll help this guy out, which will help out other viewers of this video here. So where would you start? The first thing you would do is you would be like, okay, on their PDF presentation in S Group, that's where you would start. So you'd come over here, and I think I told him this. This is where you'd start your journey. Okay, so you click on promotional materials. Yeah, I think I told him that in the responses. If he's a member, just go and start with the PDF. But anyways, you go down here, you go to the English presentation. There it is right there. Click on watch. Okay. I'm not going to let it load just because it's going to take like 10 minutes for it to load the pages and for me to find it and all that. Oh, there you go. Okay. So there's the first thing there of company capital. Okay. This is the house. So you know that the company was started with 5 million euros. Okay. That's actually what you need to start with in DDS. Okay. So, okay, we're down here. Okay, so this is where the artificial intelligence talk starts, guys. I'm not going to talk about what is artificial intelligence in here and why would you use it in trading. And all I'll say is that those bots, trading bots that you see people selling on like Facebook, like they'll message you and be like, oh, look at this. This is amazing. Buy my trading bot, or you'll see like if you go to YouTube and you type in like artificial Forex trading results or something like that. And then the guy will have a link in the video description to like his trading bot that gets 180% per month, all those kind of things, guys. It is not the same as that. Okay. This is managed accounts. Okay. So it's actually like a team of people that are managing the account, and they just call it artificial intelligent trading because they're using artificial intelligence to help manage the accounts. Okay. So it's not like you're setting up a bot and the bot's doing the trading for you and then let it rip. It's not like that. Okay. I know a lot of people think that. Okay. So anyway, so we can associate S Group with the actual DDS company logo. So now we know, okay, that's what the logo looks like. Okay. So then this is basically as far as S Group's going to take you with it, because really for most people, guys, especially after this audit, like they won't need to see, oh, is DDS real? Because if that's the question, you're actually asking, is S Group a Ponzi scheme? Like, prove to me if DDS is a real company. You're actually saying, is S Group a Ponzi scheme? And the result of the audit will prove S Group's not a Ponzi scheme. It's the same result that my videos prove S Group's not a Ponzi scheme, right? I can't have withdrawal videos and never have problems for like almost 4 years now, and it be a Ponzi scheme. It's like impossible for that to happen, right? So, but for the average member, they don't have, 800 videos on a YouTube channel of daily reviews and all that. So this audit's going to really help out a lot of people, guys. And, this question here, which is a really common question for someone that's not a member of S Group and they're looking at it, like, does this company actually exist? Like when they're looking into it and they come and maybe he created an account and he's looking through the PDF and he sees this stuff. But how do you take this further? Because the company's not, they don't even have a link to the DDS website. Okay. So, and that's all basically it says about it. We know the startup funds for the company was 5 million euros. If you look into things, that's actually the startup investment minimum deposit for DDS company. Years ago, I don't know what it is now. It could be much more than that now, but it was, years ago when S Group got involved with this, you needed 5 million euros, meaning that it's not for like me, or it's not for probably you. You need a company and you need 5 million euros to get going with DDS, right? Okay. So we can relate S Group, because it's right in their presentation, with DDS company. Okay. So now what you do, and this is kind of going above and beyond, you'd go and you use Google and you type in DDS S Group maybe. Okay. This was so long ago I used to do this. There it is right there. Okay. So yeah, I haven't done this in like a year, guys. So there's the company right there. Okay. Okay. And this is the website. Okay. So here's something else you need to know. DDS is not an online business. Okay. It's offline. All their customers contact them through phone or through email. They don't go to a website and invest through a website like you'd invest with S Group, guys. It's offline. Like if you want to invest, you have a meeting with that company, DDS company. Someone's a representative. They'll come to you or you go to them or whatever. You talk about, your whatever you need, IT service, or they even do military contracts. They do with S Group, they have a trading contract, like things like that, right? So it's not like you invest, like you can't invest through this website, okay? So here's another thing is S Group actually created this website. If you go and you look into it and you do a deep dive, you see that the domain hosting for DDS is also the domain hosting for S Group as well, and S Wallet and S Trade, okay? They're all together. So why is that? Okay, because here's one of the questions I had when I looked into this is what? Like why? Like, okay, S Group made this website, so why? So I asked my sponsor and he said that, what I just told you, DDS is not an online company. It's an offline company. It doesn't deal with, you coming and you logging into your website and funding $100 and making money. You need to have a consultation, as it says right there, consultating, and you need to, have 5 million euros, guys. The 5 million euros is like 6 million US dollars. Okay. So, and you need to have a company. Okay. But you can find their registration online because they're a registered company. So that's what I'm going to show you how to do. Okay. So you can flip through these pages. You can look at all, about the company, all that kind of stuff, guys. They deal with trading. They deal with IT service. They deal with trainings. Anyways, you can look through the website there. They deal with military contract, all that kind of stuff, right? Okay. So if you come to the main page down here, because so far, guys, we don't know the name of this actual company unless you look into things, because from coming from S Group presentation, you just know it's called DDS Solutions or something like that, right? So if you come down here and you keep on going down, hopefully it's all still, yeah, there it is right there. So this is the actual name of the company. Okay, so if you copy the name of the company and then you come over here. Uh-oh, did my computer just fail on me? Nope, there it goes. She popped back on. That's good. And you type that into the internet, okay? And then you can go down to here to Crunch database website, and then you can find DDS website with the logo, okay? Same logo, okay? So you know that's the same company. Okay, and then you can see here the address of it. You can see here the people that work in the building is 11 to 50 people, private business. There's their website, which is actually the website that S Group made for them because they don't have a website. Okay, I don't know exactly what this is here, but you can click it, and I've never looked into that. But anyways, you can see lots of information. There's 3 similar companies like it. Headquarters is in Miami. It's founded in 2004. The name of the company, company type is to make profits. There's the phone number. So if you want to phone the phone number, because they don't have a phone number on the website here, okay, under contact us, there's no phone number. It's an actual email. Okay, so there's a phone number there. Once again, guys, I do not recommend calling the phone number and leaving a message or something, just because like you have to think about it as a business point of view. You're a person. You're not a company. You don't have 5 million euros. If you say you're working for one of their companies on their website, you're lying to them, right? So just really think about things, okay? They don't work online, guys. There's no, you can't, it's not like S Group where you're going and you're funding through the website and stuff like that, right? Okay, so nothing like that, okay? Because I've had people ask me that, like, oh, why don't we just go work with DDS? And that's not the case, okay? You'd have to have 5 million euros as of what we know right now. Could be more than that now, because that was like 6 years or 7 years ago when DDS got involved with S Group, or S Group got involved with DDS, right? So it could be more than that now. So think of that. You need multi-millions of dollars. You need to have a company, right? And you need to have a consultation with them, meaning you'd need to fly to the US, okay? So, yeah, just think about things here, guys, okay? Right? I watched the address through Google Maps, but didn't find it, okay? So maybe he did something like this. So if we go back to the DDS website and we go to, you can see there's their address in Miami, Florida, okay? Which you'll notice if you go look around here, it's Miami, Florida, right? Greater area. We can go to Google Maps. Okay, so this road, if we open this up here, okay, this is the road. Like it could be anywhere along this road, okay, because they're not giving you a building number. Okay, so I don't even know what the heck this guy is thinking. Like, is he on Google Maps just going down the road looking for a building that says DDS on it? I don't, like, this person here is not trying to just stir a shit pot or trying to get content for, maybe he's a scam blogger and trying to get content for a scam blog by me responding back to him with something, right? I don't think that's the case. I think that he just doesn't really know how to do research, and he's saying, oh, I can't find the address on Google Maps. Like, if you go to the website, I don't even know if he got it far enough to the website, but you can see here there's no address there, like no building number. Contact us. You click on that, it goes to email, I think, right? Yeah, just email. I showed you how to find the phone number through searching through Google and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, but like, I don't understand what he's trying to say. Like, he's going down the street looking for a sign that says DDS. That's not how businesses work when they're in a building. As I said before, you'd go in the building and then you'd see the list of businesses that's in that building. Okay. Yeah. So guys, I can't really help this person out with that last question. Like, I watched the address through Google Maps, but I didn't find it. Like, it's in a building. What else did he say here? Yeah, he's just saying the same thing here. It literally says nothing. Okay, well, hopefully you watch this video and you'll get information like, when the company was founded, you'll get their phone number. I don't recommend you phoning it because you're not an actual business. And if you were to phone them and for you to get a response, you'd probably have to lie to them. Yeah, so I hope that helps you guys out there. The people that have that question, that is a common question that you get with people that are coming from like scam blogs and stuff like that, because that's in English, right? In English, they're really stupid with the scam blogs because basically they just say, oh, S Group is a scam, it's a Ponzi scheme, and then they say things like what this guy just said, like, oh, we can't find DDS company on the map. Yeah, you just you have to look at, like, this is really what it comes down to is okay, for instance, there's a video online now that says I'm a scammer type thing, right? So if you go and you do S Group DDS, you'll see a YouTube video right here. Okay, this is not my video. I didn't make this. And this is actually illegal for him to do this because I live in Canada. I could actually sue him for using my picture and putting my name in his title. That's a way of selling online, is by saying things that are popular are scams, right? So if you go and you take 30 different business opportunities and they're popular, they have hundreds of thousands of members, they've paid out millions and millions of dollars to their members. In S Group's case, it's like probably $1 billion to their members. It's just insane. And you go and you make content around that business, right? Or those businesses, and you use the name of the business in your content over and over and over again. Then what ends up happening, like you just saw there, guys, I went to Google, I typed in S Group DDS, and this was one of the top things that Google said, oh, maybe you're interested in this, right? Was a video saying I'm a scammer and DDS is like a smokescreen company type thing, right? And S Group is a Ponzi scheme. You think about that, you think, why would a person do that? Are they just trying to be a nice person or whatever, or do they have other intentions? It's other intentions. This guy here, and this is why I don't really care about this stuff, is because I understand he's just a marketer, right? Like, I don't know if you can see his face in here, it's just a voice. I've never really watched it. Yeah, so he's not showing his face or anything, but you can hear his voice. So he's got an accent. So he's from like a country, that's not a native. He's not a native English speaker, right? So he's from a different country there. And yeah, so you just look into this stuff, guys, and you can see, okay, what's he doing here? If I click that link, where does it go? It goes to a website. But normally these type of people, guys, they don't brand build as in brand build themselves. They brand build a logo or like whatever their thing is. Like this is Lords of MLM, right? So they're brand building that and not an actual person, which would be their self. So that's what makes it difficult if you want to go after these guys, is normally you can't figure out who they actually are. Because look at even this stuff here. Like he's using other people's content, it looks like, right? Okay, this is another thing. Like this is a way they're making money, right? He's making money off this. If I click this, it'll go to something where, I can buy something, right? Okay, so he makes money off that. Like when I clicked on that, he probably made, I don't know, like half a cent or something like that, right? Okay, there's another one there. Oh no, that's a scam warning. Okay, and this is what I was talking about before. Is on these scam blog things, they always have on the side, like, other things they think are scams, but it's actually just them trying to market, right? Okay, here's another, like, oh, scam, beware. Ponzi scheme. The funny thing was he's saying, it's a Ponzi scheme, but then he's got an affiliate link in this, doesn't he? If I click there, click to register. Yeah, see, that's an affiliate link up there. Referral. Here, I'm going to copy this so you guys can see this in Google. So he's actually saying something's a scam, and then he's got his affiliate link in it. I wonder if he's doing that for S Group. See that right there, guys? $REF. That's a referral link for this Warren Finance thing that he's saying it's a Ponzi scheme, and then he's got his referral link there. I want to look into if he's doing that for S Group. If he's doing that for S Group, guys, we can actually figure out who he is in S Group, and I can actually have his account closed down. I'm going to dig around on that website and look into that. But anyways, guys, this whole stuff, you can't trust these scam bloggers. They're just so freaking sneaky, and like, they don't give a shit. They're just making the content to make money. Guys, it's a way for them to make money. So, you know, you dig for dirt, you're going to find dirt. That's basically it, right? Okay, so that's it from me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Today was day number 1,202 review for S Group here, my progress. We talked a lot about, you know, the last update we saw there and the VAT input out. We went into, you know, which turned into some real good content there, that members question, right? And then we dug into it. We figured out, well, I showed you guys how to find the phone number for DDS. Showed you that it's a company that's been around since 2004. You know, that website that had all that information has nothing to do with S Group. Like you saw, there's probably hundreds, if not thousands, of other companies that are listed on it, right? And then it took us into talking about what scam bloggers, their true, you know, reason behind being a scam blogger is. We found a scam blogger online that says that I'm a scammer and that S Group's a scammer. And then we dug into, you know, the reason why he would do that. And we actually found out that he's an actual scammer, saying things are a scam, but then using affiliate links to try and get people into them. That is nuts. That's crazy. So pretty cool content today, guys. I wasn't even expecting that. That's pretty neat. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in another one here shortly. Bye-bye.